Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can imagine like a staircase uh,
Okay.
model, at each step of a co-foundership, there are different levels of sacrifices that you have to make. So, for
Right.
example, when you choose co-founders, you sacrifice the ability to become co-founders with anybody else. And then you start working on your product and you sacrifice maybe some nights and weekends. Maybe you're sacrificing some Netflix time.
Hmm.
And then you go up a step, maybe your company has some traction and you've got some users and you sacrifice having a day job or having a stable income, or maybe you sacrifice some sleep some nights. And so the sacrifices become more demanding. And if you translate that to a friendship, it's kind of the same. When you become friends with someone, you're not necessarily um, eliminating all other friendships, but you are eliminating some options for how you spend your time. Now, let's say you have families or you move to different cities depending on your stage of life. The sacrifice is the effort that you need to stay in touch. Now, how many friends have we had in high school that we don't talk to anymore
Hmm.
because we just never stayed in touch because we didn't make that sacrifice? And so back to the co-foundership, a lot of times the company might be progressing. You have your product and then some users and then some funding and then some more users.
Hmm. Hmm.
But one co-founder decides that the next level of sacrifice is not worth it. Maybe they cannot quit their day job. Maybe they have kids that they have to spend time with and want to spend time with.
Hmm.
Maybe they have, whatever the situation is.
Hmm.
It might not be malicious, it might just be circumstantial.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
for one reason or another, they decide that the sacrifice to move to the next level is not worth it anymore.
Hmm.
That usually doesn't mean that they quit. That usually means that they stay at their current level of sacrifice and they keep doing that.
Okay.
And so the other co-founder or the other people are continuing to do that. And that's a case where it doesn't scale. And so to be able to scale, I'm not saying you have to sell your house and free up personal runway or never spend time with their kids. The important thing is to understand where each co-founder is on which step and where the company is and which step, and to recognize what are the milestones and the sort of achievements and the effort needed to unlock the next step. And so when you're very clear about that, it becomes very simple and apparent what you need to scale the co-foundership.